Hey YouTube, this is Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters, and today we're going to be talking about a little program called Wavosaur. Now, a lot of people watching this video are probably familiar with my Audacity tutorials, and Wavosaur is actually pretty similar to Audacity in some ways. It's another wave editor primarily, and what that means is it's designed mostly for editing single audio files as opposed to a digital audio workstation that's designed more for producing full works of music, which you can actually do on Audacity, and I suppose you could do it in Wavosaur as well, but Wavosaur is actually much more designed to be a wave editor. Now, what I use Wavosaur for primarily is sample editing, and I actually really like it for that, as opposed to Audacity, and I'm going to show you the reasons why I prefer it over Audacity for sample editing here in a second. But first off, let's go ahead and check out the Wavosaur website, which is just right here. It says wavosaur.com, and you could go to download, and there'll be a couple downloads here. It's Windows only. It probably, well, I don't know for sure because I've never tested it, but I'm thinking it probably would run under Linux using Wine because it's a fairly simple program. So I would think that it would, but I don't know 100%. So probably shouldn't even have mentioned that, but I did anyway. So, okay, now Wavosaur is actually pretty darn similar to the program Sony SoundForge, or what used to be Sonic Foundry. I think it was Sonic Foundry, SoundForge, and I believe now Magix owns SoundForge, but I could be wrong about that. And if you're still unfamiliar with what I'm talking about as far as sample editing, now if you've watched my video here that I have up on the screen, my Heretic Shadow of the Serpent Riders Docs remix, I'll just play a little bit here. So like all the samples that I'm using on that pad controller, I basically cut up from the Heretic soundtrack using the program Wavosaur. And what I'm going to be doing today is actually I'm starting on another one of these type of songs, and what I'm going to be doing is doing a song by Ronnie and the Daytonas, and it is a song called Sandy. It's an old 1960s song, and I just love this song. It's really cool. It's like an old ballad, really haunting sounding. I'm going to try not to play too much of it, in long bits, so I don't get a copyright strike, but worst comes to worst, I just won't monetize this video because I really want to show you guys how to do this, and I think it's a really cool thing. Now, what I did to open that file, you can either go to File and then Open here, but I just literally just dragged the file from my file browser right into Wavosaur like that, and it just opens right up. Now, you'll notice as well, this is just a mono file, and that's just how this file actually is, meaning there's only one channel, and that's because it's such an old recording. It was actually recorded in mono, and the person that ripped the original vinyl went ahead and ripped it in mono as well, which is cool. I like that because it's pretty authentic, and it actually sounds really cool. I'll just play a little second of it here. Oh, Sandy, you laugh and run away. So yeah, really cool stuff. So why I like Wavosaur better than Audacity for this particular purpose is because of Wavosaur's looping function. Now, Audacity allows you to loop like sections of the song and hear them in a loop, but the way Wavosaur does it is actually a little bit better, because what it does, you can actually toggle loop on using this little button right here. And now if I just highlight a section and press play, spacebar, you'll notice that it's looping it. But what is really cool is I can continue that loop playing. It will loop no matter what section I have highlighted. So if I highlight this selection right here, press play, or if I drag it, it automatically gets a little longer, and I don't have to stop the playback head. So that allows me to basically preview loops in real time without having to go through, like the way Audacity looping works is you have to hold down the shift key and then press play, and then every time you stop it, the loop is no longer enabled, and it's just a little bit wonky, and you can't resize the loops in real time. So this one gives you much more control over what you're actually hearing when you're doing your actual sample editing. And this would work really well for any type of pad controlling sample playing. And this is why, like I said, this is why Wavosaur is my preferred method for doing this type of editing. Now, it is a little bit old. I think the last update was in 2017, and as you can see, the interface looks like Windows 98 or something. It's pretty old looking, but it doesn't matter. It works really, really well. It actually, if you wanted to, you could do you have all these effects and things in there. It actually will even use VST effects, but I never use any of this stuff. The only thing I ever do is sample editing. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to walk you through my process of how I do this. So I usually start right at the beginning of the song, and let's see if I can find a nice sounding loop right here. All right, I kind of like that. So that's going to work for me, and now all I have to do is go to File, and then we're going to go to Save Selection As. And this is kind of the same as in Audacity. You have Export Selected or Export Range, something like that. So this is only going to save that little highlighted bit of audio. And just go to Save Selection As. I'm going to go back to my Samples folder here. Let's go into Sandy, and then I'm going to create a new directory. Go to New Folder. And then edits, I guess, is what I'll call this. And then let's just call this Sandy 1. Press enter, and that's all. So now what I do is I just go through this entire thing. And select different bits of samples. Now when you're cutting up samples like this, sometimes it's good to start right on the beat. Other times it's good to not. Like what you could do is kind of, if you select like in between beats, sometimes you can get some really interesting sounding loops, especially if they're shorter, like something like this. I can already imagine that being pitched up and down and creating kind of a neat effect. So I'm going to go ahead and save that one. And then we'll go to Save Selection As. Let's call it Sandy 2. I mean, you could title these much more descriptively if you like, but for me, I don't really care that much. I usually try to get around 32 samples, basically to fill up my pad controller, and then just start working from there. But I'm going to continue doing this. That one's pretty neat. And as you can see, it's a little tedious. You just have to go through. I mean, I don't find it tedious. I find it to be pretty fun because, I just like hearing the different loops and hearing what they sound like. Sometimes you just hit one right away, and like that, I just highlighted a random section, and that was cool to me. I mean, I'm cool with that. And like I said, they don't always have to be perfectly on time either, because it depends on how you play it on your controller. Sometimes you can take something that's a little off time or really off time, or just like a weird little middle section in between, just noises. And when it's looped, or even as a one shot, it could sound really interesting. Did I save that one already? I can't remember. Anyway, let's move ahead. Too abrasive. And another thing that's nice is the mouse wheel is zoom in and out, which was a feature on SoundForge, or is a feature on SoundForge, which Audacity doesn't do either. So it's just another thing that makes Wavosaur faster for this kind of work. I like that little, clave right there. I want to get that right on the beginning of this one. I keep wanting to go to export because that's how Audacity does it. Save selection as Sandy 5. Now, I don't think I'm going to make you guys sit through all of this because it really literally is just doing this over and over again until I get a whole set. Once I get this done, then I go into, basically you can use this as your first half of the tutorial of the video I made about using the MPD16 and setting up the samples in the drum rack. So I'll link this video in that one and vice versa. So that way in the future, if anybody's watching these, they can figure out, or they can watch them in sequential order. Because really this is the first step, even though I made that video before this one. This is usually what I do first. See, that one's got that breath right there, and that's another one that I just love, that kind of stuff. It's going to sound really, really weird when I get it all together, but that's exactly what I want. You know, weird and interesting. That's kind of my style. Anyway, I think that's going to be all for this video. Hopefully you guys learned something and you enjoyed it. If you've never even heard of Wavosaur, check it out. It is a really, really awesome wave editor, and it's free. And I don't know if it's a dead project. I hope not. But then again, I hope they don't change it too much if they are still around, because I really like it how it is. And another thing, you don't even have to install it. You basically just download it. It's an executable file. It's like a portable executable, and you just run it, and it'll run on basically any Windows computer without installing it. So it's really nice. There's no viruses or anything. Make sure you download it from the Wavosaur website. And anytime you download something on Windows, always virus scan it first, just in case. I have done mine, but I think you should yours as well. I always just use Windows Defender. I don't use any third-party virus scanning software or anything like that. And I've never, ever had a computer virus, ever. I've been using computers since the late 1990s and never had one. So just know what you're doing online and you should be fine. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and comment down below if you've ever used Wavosaur and what you think of it. And if you like it, let me know too. All right, see ya.